Hey everybody, welcome to the Yarn Thing podcast. I'm your host, Marley Bird. You can catch the Yarn Thing podcast live every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. That's 12 o'clock on the East Coast, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and 11 o'clock in the Midwest. If you are anywhere else in the world, maybe like Kuwait, where it's 7 o'clock at night, please go ahead and Google what time 10 o'clock Mountain Time is for you. I do live in Denver, Colorado, and you can come and join the fun. Better yet, now that the Yarn Thing podcast is on YouTube, all you need to do is subscribe to the Marley Bird YouTube channel, and you will be notified whenever I go live here on the channel or when I release a new instructional video. So it's a win-win all the way around. So just hit subscribe, smash that like button, do all the good things, and you'll be set. The podcast is brought to you by some wonderful sponsors, and they include Creative Bug, Craftsy.com, Erin Lane Bags, Buffalo Wool Company, and last but certainly not least, I forgot one, Stitches.events, and last but not least, Red Heart Yarns, where I'm the proud national spokesperson. Speaking of Red Heart Yarns, I am actually in Charlotte, North Carolina today at the Red Heart corporate office. You can see right there, there's the sign for Coates and Clark right behind me. I'm in one of the conference rooms, and last night when I was scrolling through Instagram, I saw Shelby's post about today's podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, I have a podcast tomorrow. So I came into the office today. I said, hey guys, at noon, I've got to go into the conference room and do a podcast. They were like, oh, okay, that's cool. So it's kind of fun. So I am actually on location, but I'm not nearly as far away from home as Shelby is. She is in Kuwait, you guys, like so far away. And I'm excited to talk to her. I felt bad because I just saw her in Portland at CGOA. I didn't get a chance to really talk to her. It was always in passing, and I was just like, oh, I need to talk to her. So when I saw that today's show was with her, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll get a chance to talk to her and just kind of chit chat a little bit because I've known her for a very long time. She did some stuff with Ellen Gormley, who's one of my best friends, a while ago, and she does these really awesome mini loom projects, and she's just a fun and energetic and interesting individual, and I hope you guys will all have a good time. As always, there are prizes that will be given away today, so make sure you hang out with us. Join the chat. The chat is open. I will be moderating over there as much as I can, and we're just going to have a good time. When it's time to give away prizes, I will let you know what we need to do, and that will happen. So without further ado, let's welcome Shelby to the podcast. Hey, Shelby, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm glad to finally be here with you. A chance to talk, finally.
I know, right? I know.
I'm always schedule it.
The scheduling is crazy. I'm amazed at technology when I get to talk to people who are like across the ocean and so far away. I mean, it's just amazing how all of this happens. And yet we're all able to connect in so many different ways. Ours with, yarn crafts and such. And it's just neat, but it's always fun to see you. Let's tell people a little bit about your story. When did you learn to knit and crochet or fell in love with yarn? And where did you grow up? When did you move to Kuwait and all of that good stuff?
Okay, let's see, where should I start? Well, I'm from Eugene, Oregon. So that's why Portland was very close for me this year for the conference because I was visiting my parents. And my father's mother, my paternal grandmother, she was a knitter and a great seamstress, and she lived in Eugene. And my mother's mother was an amazing crocheter, and she lived about 3 hours away. So I'd see her in the summer. So I learned to knit and sew and do all that first, probably when I was about 9. And then the summers I would crochet. And then... I was really a knitter. I went to college in London for fashion design. And while I was there, I got to know the shops there and things there. And there's an amazing trim store there. And
Froze. There you are. Okay, you're good.
Oh.
Froze a little bit. I was like, oh no.
Oh, okay, we're back. And I came across some crochet from Paris, and it was unlike any crochet I'd ever seen before because, my grandmother used to make dolls and Kleenex box covers, traditional sort of 1970s, 80s stuff. So I was always interested in something different, but nothing that she was making something I wanted to make at the time. So when I came across these accessories from France. I was pretty amazed, but they were really expensive. And so I just had in my mind, oh, these are nice, but I didn't buy anything. And I have an amazing friend who was with me that day on a shopping trip. And for my birthday that year, she sent me one of those pieces. And so then I had it in my hands and I thought, okay, this is it. I have to crochet now. This is the time and the thing that will get me started. And so I started with doing accessories, and then I found freeform crochet, which was even more exciting because I was never really a person who liked to follow a pattern ever. So I thought, okay, this is for me. So then I really took off on the freeform crochet, and I joined the International Freeform Guild. They have a Yahoo group, and we used to do exchanges and all that. And then I was making all kinds of accessories and things. And there's an amazing, do you know Bonnie Pierce?
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she was at the conference, and she was in that group, and she was asked to edit the Crochet Pattern a Day calendar back in 2006. And she asked me, like, would you do some patterns? And I thought, well, I've never written a pattern, but I guess I could try. And so her faith in me, So I designed a few things for that, which ended up being edited by Annie Modisett in the end. But Bonnie got me into it. And then it sort of took off from there. And then back in 2009, I entered something in the Crochet Guild of America's design competition. And about that time, I found out that they had the mentor program. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can have a mentor and I could be a professional. This could be a real thing, not just me crocheting at home. And Margaret Hubert was assigned to be my mentor. So that was even better because we kind of knew each other.
Hubert. I love her.
I know. Can I get any better? And because we knew each other through the Freeform Guild a bit too, so we're kind of friends already. So she was the perfect person to get me going and understand what I do. And even she asked, that's how I got to do a book, was because I contributed to her runway crochet book. And that her editor liked my pieces. And so after I turned in my pieces for that book, she sent me an email and said, do you want your own book? I thought, oh, yes, I do. But she had a topic for it all picked out already. It was children's designs. But the timeline was, it was too fast for me. I couldn't do 28 projects in 6 months. I thought I just can't do the type of work that I want to do in that time. So I said, well, maybe if you can find someone to work with me, then I'll do it. And quickly she came up with Ellen Gormley, because Ellen had contributed to that book also. So then we became a team. So things kind of just snowballed, and I was always working with interweave and magazines and books and things like that. So that's always been fun. And then my husband retired from the Navy, and he's really wanted to get into woodworking. And so he's doing his woodworking. He does custom woodworking. And I thought, well, we need to do something together. And he thought, well, what would we do with wood and yarn? I don't know. So we first came up with some stitchable things. Like, well, first I said, okay, I'm going to do crochet kits. So that's when I came up with the crochet necklace.
I love that. So that is so pretty.
Crochet,
I remember seeing that.
Crochet, like everything has a wooden element that's stitchable but adds crochet into it. So I came up with this. And at the same time, we started doing like pendants that you can stitch. So they're blank pendants, like a frame, for example. Can you see?
There you go.
And then you can do your own. You can do your own anything in it, because I'm freeform. So I always thought, well, okay, I like the challenge of having a small space to create something. I mean, that's the only limitation you have is the space. But so it makes you more creative, because that's what you have to work with. So you find yourself filling the space in different ways. But and I wanted to appeal to knitters and crocheters, and it could be macrame, embroidery. So, for example, like you can fill. It doesn't even have to just fill the pendant. You know, you can have tassels hanging out of it, or macrame.
That's so cool.
Or mini knitting.
I love it. Oh, that's so awesome.
So I really went crazy with it. And then sometimes I just use, scraps, or it could be just something like, or a shape that I come up with, so that if you have, I like to use variegated yarn. So just a simple thing that you can crochet the shape and stitch it in, and you have a unique piece of jewelry that no one else in the world will have. Because I think, clothes come and go, but your jewelry you always have.
Right. What did your husband think when you were like, we need to collaborate and do this together? Was he like, sure, babe?
Yeah, no, he wanted to, but he thought, well, what can we do? I mean, I really don't know. I was thinking something chunkier first. Like, okay, what if we do bowls, and then I'll stitch into them, and it's like, I don't know, maybe something more delicate. Well, and also because now, see, I do the jewelry stuff because I've always been a crochet jewelry person. And then in Kuwait, I work with a cultural center here that promotes the art of weaving and traditional weaving. And I've done some projects with them. So I got into weaving. So then I thought, okay, it would be fun to have, I do anything with yarn. I have to have yarn in my life. So anything with yarn is good. So we started doing these lap looms that are weaving kits. So I don't know if I can see. So they come with all the tools. So a tassel maker, pom-pom maker, lucet, and but the comb, always the stitchable theme. The comb comes, you can stitch it to customize it.
So do all of those
to match your project if you want.
Then? How does that work?
It's just taped in for shipping.
Yeah.
So if you remove the tape, then everything just comes out.
And how does he cut those? How does he do that?
Laser.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
So yeah, here's the cut, for example. So carrying on with this stitchable theme. So I wanted to fill the space, because when you cut a loom out, you have this big area. So I thought, well, I don't want to just put 2 needles in here. I mean, you might as well fill the space. So first I thought, okay, yeah, pom-poms you need, tassels, and then the lucet was the last thing. But I thought, okay, lucet, yes! Then you've got everything you need in one little I mean, I carry this in my bag with me every day when I'm going to pick up my daughter from school or anything.
That's fantastic.
I got all my tools, and it's very portable and light. Yeah, and it's a nice size. You can actually make usable things on it. And you don't even have to use the whole area of it. You can make something as small as a bracelet. You can just use the center portion of it. Or I made this necklace on it.
That's cool. I want to see that necklace, because I've been eyeballing it since you've.
Okay, maybe I should take it out so I can get it close up, because this has some crochet in it too.
That is amazing.
So
yeah, there you go. Oh, how cool is that? And what kind of yarn do you use? That is so cool. I would wear that with what I have on today. That would work perfectly.
And it's really light. You don't feel it when you're wearing it. That's what I like about it. And these little pieces, I decoupaged these and then crocheted around them. So they made these little charms that hang off.
Oh my gosh.
Because I used to make rings that way.
Yeah. Do you have patterns and stuff for that then? Or how would people, if they, well, no, let me step back. First off, so you have these really great tools. You're partnering with your husband. Are you selling them then?
Yes, we have an Etsy shop, and we sell in the museum shop of the cultural center, Sedu House in Kuwait.
Okay.
So we have a line of things that we sell in their museum shop. I make rings on our mini loom that we sell in the shop that are inspired by traditional weaving. So I have a different line of things there, but and we sell at shows, but mostly Etsy and the shop.
That's so cool. So when people buy a loom from you, I mean, if they wanted to make the necklace you have on, do you have instructions for them, or is it just you know what, go be artsy.
The instructions that come with it it's like an instruction book which tells you how to use each tool, but it doesn't go into detail about how to make like specific things, that could be something I can develop too. I mean, now we're just, so it comes with a booklet and it has photos and how to do, you know, how to get it warped up, how to use each tool, of course, how to complete a pom-pom, how to make lucid cord. But yeah, you know, moving forward, yeah, I should maybe think of doing some videos, how to do specific projects.
Yeah.
And because I like to do so many different things, embroidery and crochet and everything, I try to combine them in each project. So I started doing crochet with the looms. So now this, I crocheted a mesh with little loops at the top so that I can loop it onto the loom to hold it. So it's quite tight. And then you can weave into the spaces.
Very cool.
Something this size, woven this size, especially because you can block it a little, stretch it and block it. So you can make like a small purse. See, this is.
Oh, how cute is that? So
you can make something as big as this, as far as purse-wise.
Yeah. Super cute.
So there are things you can make besides, because of course I make wall hangings.
So pause for a second, Shelby. People are asking.
I know. I'm just like,
no, you're good. People love this. They think it's fascinating. They want to know like how much do these retail for?
The weaving kit is $39.99.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so inexpensive.
And it's designed to be lightweight and portable.
That's great.
It's not for like big weavings, but it's nice when you want to go somewhere. I mean, it's just always in my bag.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should talk about the small ones. So we did the big looms, and then we started doing the little looms.
Oh, how cute is that?
So now this really fits in your purse. So like recently when I had a flight, I packed this, and then I saved scraps, of course, from the other projects. So I just sort of throw in some color coordinated scraps from what I have in a Ziploc bag, let's say, and this in my purse. And this kept me busy on a whole like 9-hour flight I was making. I think I made
wow.
This. Yeah. Oh yeah. I made this.
I love that. I love that.
So here's detail. I was surprised how
it's so wonderful. So we recently had another lady on the podcast. Listeners, help me out. I think it was like 21 Street. I don't remember what it was, but she uses a lot of looms and stuff, and she keeps the items that she makes on the loom and uses them as decoration pieces, whether around the house or wearing as jewelry. So I'm assuming those little pieces you showed at the start, obviously those are, you keep everything on there. They aren't a loom, they're a stitch onto it. Now with your looms and such, do you ever keep things on there?
Well, I do. Like sometimes, as I can't find it right now, but my husband makes little stands for them. So, you know, like I use them for shop displays and things like that. Yeah. But that is a possibility as well.
Yeah, super cute. People are asking, how much is that little loom? The
$17.95.
$13.95. $17.95. I'm like, what? $17.95.
Small one. And it comes with, see, it's a miniature version. It doesn't have as many tools as the big one, but it has a comb and it has a needle, and then it has something the other one doesn't have. It has little tags. So when you do a little weaving, like this is this was made on the small one, then you can, you can personalize it with your initials or stitch it on.
How cute is that? And obviously, in all the items you're showing, there's various size weights of yarn you're using. Like you're all over the place.
Anything. You can use paper. You can use, you know, you can really use anything that just will go in and out. I've used even, one time I found I bought potatoes and they came in a beautiful knitted mesh bag. I don't know. This was in Kuwait. And so then it was so pretty, I thought. So like I even incorporated that. And you wouldn't even know it was from.
Hold that up there a little bit longer because people are asking about these wall hangings. So one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, one person, that's beautiful. So they want to see the wall hanging. Another person is asking, do you sell the stands if people wanted to purchase them, or do you sell the hangers is what it says. So I'm assuming something to go with the wall hanging.
The stands is, if people are interested, that is something we can start doing. So yes, we will probably start selling some stands because that's a fun thing we can do. And so just watch our shop.
Yeah.
But this, for example, these are just tree branches. So but some of them I wrapped with yarn to match the project. So this one I wrapped.
That's awesome.
Just to match.
I love it. Can you hold up that little one you showed up earlier with the bulkier yarn?
Yes. This is this really bulky yarn I got from Hobby Lobby. I forgot what they call it.
Yes. Hold that there for a sec. I want to see the texture. That is just so pretty. It looks like it's hard to
dress.
Does it have embroidery on it?
Yes.
Okay.
So this one I embroidered. I wove it just plain, and then the flowers here are embroidered.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
It was a hand-painted sort of yarn, so it really showed off.
Kimmy is asking you to hold it still, please, so that she can get a good look at it.
Yes. Oh,
it is so pretty. So very pretty.
I like the little bow flower thing. I tend to go floral.
Yeah.
On so many things.
That's so great.
Yeah,
I love that.
Just like lazy daisy stitches.
Oh, yeah. Good. Seriously, people are like, this
I have so many
fantastic.
I can show. Because, and this one, sometimes I like to weave in spirals. And I wove this is a cute one. I wove little spiral, like just wove in a circle like this, lots of little circles. But it was showing too much of the warp thread underneath. So I went, to fill in the spaces, I needle felted.
Oh, cool.
Anywhere there was a space. You could do that. You can. Yeah, so it made it thick because I added this extra wool in, but I was able to add some detail to the flowers.
That's amazing. Lashana says that your embroidery is such a great touch. I love this. I love the idea of the multimedia that you've got going on here. There's so much happening.
Well, yes, and I know you. Your last podcast was about needle punching. That's my next thing. I want to try to do punch needle on the loom. I haven't tried that yet. That's my next thing.
That's a great idea.
So you could weave just a plain canvas quite tight and then put your details on top.
Oh, that's a great idea. Ooh.
So you can really combine anything. Seriously. And let's see. You want to see more?
So Kathy Jenks is asking, do you have a YouTube channel for ideas or examples?
Not yet, because I've always been nervous about doing videos.
Oh, yeah?
But today is getting me, breaking the ice a little bit for me. So I think I probably should, because it would give people more ideas what they can do with the loom.
We should have you come to Colorado. You can film stuff in my studio. Can do stuff together.
You can show me how to do it. Yeah,
I can show you how to do it.
Exactly, because everybody's saying, "Wait, do you have a video?" No, I don't. I'm too shy, but I need to get over that because it would help people, I'm sure.
Yeah,
because I do teach. I teach like this summer when I was in America. I taught weaving 101 and weaving 102. So this is the first time I taught it like more techniques. You know, we did gold leafing and we did some freeform thing. Like this was like what we did in weaving 102.
Oh my gosh, that's just so neat. You know what? I think what the most fascinating thing about all this is, you know, there's so many of us on here that are knitters and crocheters, you know, and we're obsessed with our hooks and our needles for sure. There's a few weavers that I know, but I love the idea of those of us who are primarily knitters and crocheters seeing what else is available and really realizing, you know what, that is something I'd be so interested in. And it's just a whole nother way to use the fiber that we love and create such wonderful textures and just neat stuff. Like I love this. I especially love your jewelry stuff. I think it's really awesome. Like I just think it's just the coolest thing ever. Now that this is doing so well, I'm just curious of what your husband thinks.
Oh, well, he's just waiting for the next assignment. What should I do? Because, you know, he's busy. Because now it's fun because we just expanded our house. So he has a workshop just next door. And now I took my daughter's room, which she moved next door. And so I have a studio. So we have so much more space to work now. So now this year, so we're really going to start doing even more things together.
That's so cool. I love it. I had somebody ask me, do you have certain days that you maybe update your Etsy shop, or, do you keep it pretty well stocked? And I mean, considering that you're mailing these things from Kuwait, what's the shipping cost on something like that?
Actually, the shipping from Kuwait isn't any more than it would. The shipping cost is cheap here, but just sometimes the time is a little bit unpredictable. Because sometimes I've sent things and it got to West Coast America in like 9 days, 7 days, like quickly. But sometimes it takes longer. So that's the only thing. It's a little bit unpredictable. And I mean, I do have some stock in America, and I get my mom to send out when she can. But my mom's businesswoman. So I'm trying to keep it here and keep control of it. But it seems to be working.
That's good. So do you ship then worldwide?
Yeah. Well, if I want to ship, it depends, because I've had trouble with shipping to Australia, for example. If I mail from here to Australia, it doesn't work very well. So that I have to do by DHL or something. So I can do it, but it's more expensive.
Yeah.
So I have, it seems things work well if I ship to Europe or the UK and America. And Canada, I've done some Canada as well. So that region is what we stick to pretty much.
Awesome. Shelly Bucci is saying that she is making all Christmas presents this year, and these would certainly help in a variety of items, as I have 38 people to make things for. And she's absolutely correct. Like, there's a lot of options here that you provide.
Yeah, a lot of people buy the pendants to make Christmas presents. And also the necklace kit pieces, we sell those separately, just 2 pieces like this. And for example, something different than the kit, this is something I kind of freeformed, so I made sort of a mesh that went in.
Oh, interesting. I love that. I love that textural, just the difference, the dichotomy of the soft yarn and the hard wood and the nature.
Exactly. And then in this, so if you do it open, and when you wear it, whatever color you're wearing shows through as well. So that really shows off the work.
That's so neat.
And this is, didn't take very long to make.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to show the back.
That's so great. You're such a creative soul and individual with all these things that you're making. Do you ever get time to just crochet anymore, or do you knit very often? Like, what aspect of your time is taken with this?
I enjoy making these things, and I never make anything for myself particularly, or I don't do I just want to sit and make something. It has to be for something. Like, okay, I got to show how to do this technique, or I need to make, it's always to show something for the product, but I enjoy doing that. But yeah, there's no time just to make something for fun, like for myself, that I'm not going to actually promote or do. But it's like, I feel so fortunate that I get to do work that's not work.
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. Well, it's the time in the show that we give away prizes. So I'm going to let you take a drink real quick. I'm going to tell people how they can win a prize. If this is the first time you have ever watched the Yarn Thing podcast, welcome. We are glad you are here. Make sure that you have hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have smashed that like button on this video. And if you're watching live today, make sure you have left a comment over in the chat area that says, I want to win. And what we do here on the Yarn Thing podcast is we give away prizes. We give away a prize to one lucky listener or watcher, viewer, who is watching live. And we give away a prize to somebody who leaves a comment on the blog. And we choose a winner about 4 to 6 weeks after the original air date. It all depends. But the point there is you go to the show notes for today's show, which are available at marleybird.com. I'll be sure to put a link in the video description box of this video. You will leave a reply that includes a keyword that Shelby will give us here in just a minute. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do, if you're listening live, literally like right now, like we're live on air, leave your comment that says, I want to win. Make sure you have liked this video, please, and make sure you have subscribed to the Marley Bird YouTube channel. We will randomly select a winner from those live commenters here in just a second. For those of you who are not listening live, or even those of you listening live, you can still go do this. After the podcast, you want to go over to marleybird.com. That's super simple. MARLYBIRD, like the animal.com. Click on the drop-down menu for podcast, and you'll see where it says show notes. You click on show notes, you find the show notes for today's podcast, and you'll see a brief synopsis of things we might have talked about, a link to Shelby's Etsy shop, and maybe some images, some good stuff there. So stuff you might have wanted to know more about. The information will be provided in the show notes. At the bottom of the show notes, you'll see where you're able to leave a reply or leave a comment. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to leave a reply or a comment that includes a keyword that Shelby's going to give us here in just a minute. By leaving that comment with the keyword, you are entering for a chance to win the prize. And those of you who are wondering, what's the prize? Well, both prizes, whether you're a live commenter or somebody with the show notes, it's a mini loom plus 3 of her crochet patterns of your choice. So the mini loom, I don't know if Shelby wants to hold it up for you. There it is. So you are entering for a chance to win a mini loom and 3 of her crochet patterns of your choice. Super easy. That's how it's done. Okay. So Shelby, first off, what is the keyword for the commenters for the show notes?
Fiber arts.
Fiber arts. Fiber arts is your keyword, you guys. Make sure you include it in some fun, wacky way, and you'll have a chance to win. So, for example, we had the lovely owners of Brittany Needles on the podcast a while ago. Super great podcast. If you didn't get a chance to watch that, you totally should. It's just fascinating. And they are giving away some wonderful items, and their keyword for their show notes was knitting and crochet. So the lucky winner of the Brittany Knitting Needles is Rebecca. Rebecca's comment was, I love those needles. I have both the crochet hook and knitting needles. Can't wait till scarfies are out. Sorry, I couldn't read what the word was. Can't wait till scarfies are out. Thanks for the product for knitters and crocheters. Thanks. So she used it a couple times just to make sure. She's like, I'm making sure I get this. So Rebecca, congratulations. We have sent her an email already so that she can give us her information and get the lovely prize from Brittany Needles. Again, if you didn't get a chance to watch that show, you totally should. It was very interesting, very fascinating, very exciting, great small family business. And so there you have it. All right. So Shelby, for all of these lovely listeners who are live with us today, who have left their I want to win comment, I'm scrolling up and down. You tell me when to stop. That lucky person will win the free mini loom and 3 crochet patterns from you.
Stop.
Oh, all right, I stopped. And the winner is Karen Grand Prix. Karen Grand Prix. So I'm going to type in here real quick. Karen, there it is. Congrats. So Karen, what I'm going to have you do is email me winner@yarnthingpodcast.com. That's winner. Let me type it in as we talk. winner@yarnthingpodcast.com. And make sure that you include in the subject line what it was you won, so that way we're sure to send you out the correct gift. Shelby, I'm assuming you need her mailing address and phone number, and then whatever 3 patterns she needs.
Yes, and I can, via Ravelry, I can send them to her.
Perfect. That's perfect. So congratulations. And those of you who did not get chosen as the winner of the live chat random winner selection, don't forget you can still go to the show notes. I'm going to, Control V, put a link to the show notes right there in the chat for you. So you can go over there after the show, don't leave me yet, and post your comment, which was fiber arts. Make sure you include your keyword, and it's really great. Just a quick reminder, I love your comments here on YouTube. Absolutely, I love them. YouTube likes it when you comment on my stuff too. We love your comments on Facebook. We love your comments on Ravelry, but to be entered for a chance to win, you must put your comments on those show notes, because that's where we go to randomly select a winner. Okay, guys? Awesome. Shelby, I had so much fun with you on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's super cool. You did great. See, isn't it just like a talk with girlfriends?
Yes, that's what I kept telling myself. It'll just be a talk with Marley. And I've always wanted to sit and talk with you. So this is the time.
I know, we never get a chance to sit and talk. We have to, next time we're in the same place together, we have to make a point of setting aside some time, either like coffee, lunch, something, and just to chit chat.
Definitely.
Who's Shelby? Oh, there she is. There you are.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway,
I hope so. Yes. I'm looking forward to that.
That would be great. All right, Shelby. Well, I appreciate you taking your time today to join us here on the show, all the way from Kuwait, and I'm all the way from North Carolina, which doesn't sound too much, but it's a far away from home for me. I had such a great time. Tell your husband I said hello. I briefly got to wave to him before he left the room. But we appreciate everything you guys do. And we're glad you guys collaborated like that, because you're really, I love this multi-mixed media stuff you have going on. It's really fantastic.
Thank you. And anybody, a lot of people were asking to see the things close up. If you follow me on Instagram, there are photos of all of these things as I make them. So
tell them what your Instagram handle is.
Ewood Story.
Ewood Story. All right, there you go. So make sure you follow Shelby over there. Shelby, thank you once again. I wish you great success. And everybody else, thank you so much for joining us with the podcast today. It was a delight having you here. Make sure you've hit subscribe. I think I've said that like 5 times. Can you tell? I'm trying really hard to reach 100,000 subscribers, and I am like 1,000 away. So as much as you guys can help me share the YouTube channel, I would appreciate it. As I mentioned, I'm here at Red Heart. I'm looking at the new yarns for 2019, the rest of the yarns for 2018. There's a lot of really exciting, fun things happening, so you are not going to want to miss out. Plus, you guys, Chic Sheep is officially in Joann's stores, in 100 stores. So check out the local Joann's to you. Hopefully it's there. And if it isn't, ask them why. Say, we would love to have it in store. Because the only way they're going to keep it, you guys, is if you show the love. So make sure you go and support that Chic Sheep. Last but not least, don't forget the crochet along is coming up. I'm going to show you a little peek right here. Caitlin actually just finished this sample and sent it in here to Red Heart. It's so pretty. So we will be sending out more details for that soon, but make sure you sign up to the Marley Bird Crochet Along Facebook page. It's in the Marley's Minions group. We've posted a link. We've posted a link to the Marley Bird page. I'll post a link everywhere just like normal, but the crochet along is happening soon as well. And it uses Chic Sheep as well. So it should be fun. All right, guys, that's it from me from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Shelby from Kuwait. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you, Shelby.
Thank you.